Hello, how do you do? Good afternoon. Welcome to what should be my grind, but that isn't a grind in any way. This is my summer job, and really, a summer job is supposed to be something you cry about because it's robbing you of your summer. This is the best summer job there is on this planet Earth. It is a job I do not begrudge at all, and I'm trying to find all the reasons why I don't begrudge the job and explaining it to various people as they ask. One of the most important things I don't begrudge is the fact that they treat us beautifully. They treat us very well in this place. It is an organization that seems to be people-centric, and when you go to a place where they are people-centric, whatever the circumstances that brought you there are made completely useless. That's what's happening to me. So yeah, I've lost my summer holiday. Normally I'll be up to shenanigans at this point. I'll be chilling and doing foolishness. I'm doing none of it, but I do not begrudge it in a bit. Amazing. Anyway, this afternoon I am finally back on here to ask you who's ready to learn, who's ready to grow, because I'm finally ready to start teaching live sessions. I'm going to teach the business modules again, how to run model businesses. I'm going to run using AI for efficiency. I know, so I will teach the basic AI and then I will run the advanced course. I think the basic AI I'm going to have as a pre-recorded class, and then the advanced one I'm going to have as a live class again. So Justina, my question is, which of these courses would be beneficial to you? I am going to publish the page with all the courses and all their sign-ups, so that you can go on there and select which ones you want to enroll in so we can get started. Those of you who run businesses, I do have the best software there is on the planet Earth for running businesses, and I have it in a format that is easy for anybody, even non-millennials, to be able to run. So if a software and using AI employees would help you change your business dynamics, come and find me and let's talk. I am a dinosaur who is learning modern ways. I'm a very modern dinosaur, and it's the best of all worlds. I have the wisdom of being a dinosaur, but I also have a reasonable tech savviness that allows my dinosaurism to be fun. Beautiful. How many of you should really pay attention to this AI thing that you haven't? Come, let me show you why you should, and come let me at least teach you the basic so you can start using these things to your advantage. I was teaching a 30-year-old how to use generative AI for her speech development, and her jaw hit slack on the ground, and she's like, how on earth do you know this and I don't know this? I'm like, yeah, Granny here is holding my own with these AI things. And yeah, that's what we really should do, regardless of your age, regardless of the other circumstances. Yes, the younger ones would always be more savvy, but I'm also discovering that they are not necessarily better at using the tools. It's also possible for those of us with our grey hairs and the rest of it to hold our own. And it gives me a lot of hope that we might be able to compete with some of these young people, because not many of us will be able to retire the way we thought that retirement worked, the way retirement was sold to us. Is going to be very difficult for a lot of us. So if we are not going to retire, but I also don't want to quit my main job to come as a sub. Juanita, I do not want to quit my main job to come and take on other jobs almost full time. No, when I retire at 50, I want to retire. and be in a position to dip my foot in here, to dip a toe here, to listen to people give me reports, and for me to be a strategic decision maker in the business rather than a worker bee. And that would not have been reasonable until the influx of AI, and I am so grateful for it, and I really would want to invite all of you to also get in with the program. And let me help you get started with this. Estelle, how are you doing? It's good to see you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever the time happens to be where you are, I greet you. Anyway, this is where we are right now. I want liberties and freedoms for me, and I want liberties and freedoms for you too. So I'm heading into a thing, and my serious efforts that have culminated in me being able to get this gig started in 2021. Doreen, hello sis, how you doing? December 2021, I decided that I was a gifted speaker, but I did not have anything to prove that I was a gifted speaker. So I made it my business then to focus on my speaking and to start looking for credentials that would demonstrate my prowess as a speaker. And one of the best places I decided that I needed to be was in Toastmasters. So December 2021, I registered with Khalifa City Toastmasters Club. I went for 2 meetings, and in January 2022, they were busy starting. I mean, a lot of these things are luck, but I always say luck is opportunity finding preparation. So I went in there knowing that I wanted to take some Toastmasters credentials. I did. But I needed to be in the club in order for this to have a chance of happening. So I went and I signed up, paid my membership fees, and then I turned up to the club. But when I turned up to the club, something incredible happened. That's where the luck factor comes in. They were 2 meetings away from their annual contest. I did not know Toastmasters had an annual nothing. I had seen the World Championship of Public Speaking, but I did not even know that it was an umbrella Toastmasters competition. I did not know. I just turned up because a coach had told me that if I could get a few Toastmasters certificates that I could put up on my website. At the time, I don't think even my coach knew that we could have trophies, because it was certificates that they discussed with me. So I went there trying to find certificates. Anyway, when I got there, they were ready for their contest, and I thought, hey, let me stick my face in and see what happens. So I did Kweku. I put my face on 3 competitions and I won all 3. And then I went to area, I went to division, and I went to district in 2 of those categories my first year, and I walked off with the champion trophy that year. 2022, May 2022, I became DTAC champion table topics. I got my first major trophy. Of course, there were the interim trophies in between there. That's when I began. So when we had the award ceremony and they gave me my 6 trophies for my efforts that year, that's when I realized, oh wow, you could have trophies. The trophies became my new thing. Anyway, I collected trophies in 2022. I collected trophies in 2023, and I collected more trophies in 2024. And to be honest, at that time, nothing seemed to be happening. I had won the trophies, it was on my website, it had had the credentials, but nothing crazy was happening until November 2024. I saw that New York University was looking for a lecturer in leadership and public speaking. Until I went to Toastmasters, I would have struggled to convince them to give me this job. You know why? Because I'm a physics teacher. This is what surprises everybody. I am a physics teacher, not an English teacher, physics teacher. And most people will struggle to see why. The kids were telling me yesterday, you are so darn good at this job. It makes no sense that you're a physics teacher. And I was laughing about it. I am a woman of many talents. I have wit and depth, I said to them, and we giggled. But anyway, what made it possible for me to demonstrate to this school that I was worth my salt as a lecturer in leadership and public speaking was my Toastmasters certificate, collected 4 years in advance. Well, 4 seasons in advance, 3 actual years in advance. I joined in 2022, collected the trophy starting from 2022. The work I did starting in December 2021 is the reason why I am on my way to New York University, Abu Dhabi, to go do this job. And it is, my daughter was asking me yesterday if for any reason I knew everything I knew about this thing and they decided not to pay me, will I still do it? And I said, if I didn't need money to, if I was retired, if my children were finished with school, and it was something somebody asked me to do as a give back to the community with the way these people are organized and how they make you feel, I will still do it. But this opportunity I am getting required action 4 years in advance. That's the point I want to share with you today. The things you do today will determine some things in 2029 and 2030. The things you don't do today will make you a poor fit for things in 2029 and 2030. Those who start moving now, they would enjoy. And this job, everything about me is so perfect for this job. Yesterday I was teaching my students how to pitch to people and how to get people to buy into things that are important to you. All I needed to do was go onto my club website, and I have tons of videos that I have recorded for my club. I found one, I stuck it on, and the kids are like, woo! See, everything I need. They want to see a speech of a person on stage. I have numerous speeches on stage, numerous, countless videos of me on stage. They want me to demonstrate whatever to the kids. I have something they can find. The children, I am a model of the things that I am teaching, and it's brought me an authenticity and an efficacy to this role that is beyond this world. And one of my colleagues was like, oh, actually, you are so perfect for this. I smiled. I am so perfect for this because I have taken many opportunities way before I even knew this existed. That's the point I want to make to you. The things that will become your luck in the future will depend on actions you take that don't seem to have any benefit. Actions you take because you take them. Actions you take because you believe in stuff. Not because you know there's a job that's going to come out of it. I know so many people who have got jobs out of things that they didn't know were going to turn up into jobs. I know so many people who have got opportunities to do things whose preparations were years before and had nothing to do with any expectations. My friend signed up to help a school, and now she's governor in the school. The reason why she signed up to help was she was a parent and she was looking for some way to engage her time, and she found that this school could do with some of the skills that she had, and she put herself out there, did it for a little bit, and then somebody says, hey, we need a new governor, you will be perfect. Yeah, opportunities will fall in your lap when you do the things ahead of time for no expected benefit. That's the key thing. The things that will give you the best opportunities will depend on skills and experiences that you develop, not expecting anything back. I'll say it to somebody, I am not just one who can lecture on leadership and public speaking. I can actually lecture on academic writing. I can lecture on academic writing because I signed up to a doctorate in 2017 and I worked diligently at it until last year. My friend and I were talking, there's a university and we've got a thing in the university, and they were telling me that But if I were to be lucky to get a footing with a doctorate degree already in place, oh, that would be amazing. Whilst we were having this conversation, our other friend was also now scrambling to try and find a place to sign off for a master's degree. We are around the same age. She could have done up to wherever. And I had this conversation with her around this master's degree ages ago, and I've encouraged her to do it. She wouldn't do it. And now all of a sudden, a master's degree is the barest minimum. Actually, a lot of people would prefer a doctorate. They would. And now we are scrambling. And she's like, you have to help me. No. This one. If I attempt to help you prepare for a master's degree, your lecturers will think that you are using AI. Because I can't tone it down to that level anymore. I could have toned it down years before when I was doing it with you. Yeah. Those who chose to do a master's before a master's, and she's one who used to laugh at us. You people are spending money getting doctorates and masters and they don't pay you any extra. Yeah. The master's degree that you do in advance of any promise of a pay rise will be the master's degree that will get you a job. Later on down the line, that distinguishes you. Fozia, how are you doing? And Sylvia. Yeah. It will be so good for opportunities to come to you, but you would exclude yourself from these opportunities because you have not made moves in advance that will prepare you, that will position you for these opportunities. Take chances to do things even when you don't see any direct benefits in them. The human beings that have brought me the best opportunities in life were people I engaged with trying to help. Everybody who has made a significant impact on my life is somebody I attempted to help. Not the people I was trying to solicit. Not those. The ones that I try to solicit normally fail. It gets me nowhere. I am not able to court people and solicit for the things that I think I should court people and solicit for. But the people that I genuinely, I'm Dorothy, hi sis. The people that I genuinely engage with because I want to help would turn around and pull somebody's business card and say, oh, I have such a person's number. Yeah. You know, yeah, my uncle will be a good person. And you're like, oh, your uncle. Yeah. I can set up an appointment. I'm like, okay. We'll go and meet such a person's uncle. Imagine my shock when I go to meet uncle, and uncle is a massive CEO of something that I have been like, huh? This is your uncle? And she says, yeah, my mom's little brother. Huh? This is your uncle? Yes, my mom's little brother. He runs some kind of business. She doesn't even know what kind of business it is. She's never. Yo, this is a decision maker who can make a decision in my favor like that. And yeah, it was set up for me to go meet uncle. Just like that. I know the niece was somebody that I was trying to help. You would not have thought that this girl comes from the stock that she comes from. When you see this girl, she is lost and helpless. Because of this uncle, they have money, but it's old money. And so, because it's old money, they don't flash it. They don't flash it. It doesn't show. It does not show. And she was laughing when we had that conversation, and she says, that's the cutest thing about you. One of the reasons why I like you, and I never introduced anybody to my uncle. The reason why I wanted to share that with you, I wanted to set that up for you, is because one, you were not expecting it. And 2, you treated me like a human being before there was any benefit for you. Another person we know wants her to set up a meeting with uncle, and her answer was hell no, she wouldn't do it. She wouldn't do it. So I asked her, why wouldn't you do it? That is an opportunist. I would not do it. That is an opportunist. Hey, Miss McCleary, how you doing? You and I need a catch up very soon. Yeah. Renya, how you doing? And she says, no, I will not set up a meeting for such a person. Because believe it or not, Queen, if I set up a meeting with such a person, the person will go and undermine you and poke holes in what I am trying to set up between you and my uncle's company. This is not a good person, you know. This is a person you don't want anywhere near your progressive ventures. Yeah. Why? Because such a body was also in the same position to do something nice for this girl and refused to do it because there was no benefit. There was no benefit. There are some people who don't do anything for anybody unless there is something to give. If you have that attitude, I highly recommend that you revisit it, because that attitude will cost you a lot of opportunities. The best opportunities will come to you when you are not anticipating any benefits. That's when the best opportunities will come. Anyway, I ramble on, but I hope that my ramblings on are beneficial to you. I hope that at least in this conversation you realize that it is the opportunities you take way in advance that will determine your chances much later on. I hope that in this conversation you realize that it is in your best interest always to push and see new things that you can do. Yes, we do. Miss McClary, we certainly do. So let's meet. Or maybe we can even fish. Thank you. Let's meet so we can even fish. Today, as you go through your day, when things present themselves to you, know that it's to your advantage that you take some of them. When you go and somebody is teaching something, you don't know how you're going to use it. You don't know how the future will pan out. Learn it anyway. Those are the things that will distinguish you. Believe me. The things that most people will not make action on, those are the ones you want to take and grab with both hands. Those are the game changers. Yes. Game changers are not always the ones that most of us anticipate. Game changers, they are disguised as ordinary until they are not ordinary. This woman, why did I pack all these books to this bag to get here? Can somebody answer that question for me? Why am I carrying all these heavy books in this bag when I don't even need to? May today be one of those days where your opportunities come at you and you don't miss them. Everybody gets opportunities. We get tons of opportunities daily. What happens is a squander of those opportunities. That's what happens. Most of us squander the opportunities. You go and somebody's explaining something that will change everything in 5 years. But because it doesn't seem influential right now, you don't pay attention. Hey, Ruth, how you doing, sis? Somebody is explaining something that will blow up in 5 years. But because you are myopic, you will miss it. I pray that you are not myopic. I pray that because of this conversation, when people present things to you, you pay attention. I pray because of things like this, you don't dismiss things easily. Even if you've been doing something for 5 years. Hello, you're right. I'm good, thank you. Yeah, even if you are likely to disregard things, because of this conversation, I want you to be mindful. Pay attention, okay? It's not always things that prove right now to be relevant that you should engage in. In fact, there are things that will be relevant in the future. Those are the things you want to be focused on. Yeah. Anyway, I'm here. Let me do lunch. Let me do my meeting. And I'll see you in a bit. You still have it in your hand? And now I take it. Thank you. Hello. You're right. What to say? Yeah, do. Doing what?